Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to another classic WrestleMania match. This one is going to be Kurt Angle taking on Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship, I think it was that? Yeah, it was, yes, the Championship then. This was from WrestleMania 20 and Eddie Guerrero came in as the champion and Kurt Angle came in as the challenger. This was after the initial brand split and draft. Again, another pretty decent looking WrestleMania actually. We had some decent looking matches on there. Main event of Chris Benoit, Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's pretty insane. Undertaker versus Kane one-on-one as well. This was the Goldberg-Lesnar one, wasn't it? That was a disaster, Goldberg-Lesnar was. Evolution versus the Rock and Sock Connection. Nice. Christian versus Jericho. Cena versus the Big Show for the United States Championship. Fatal 4 for the Tag Team Championship. Booker T and RVD versus the Dudley Boys versus Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak versus La Resistance. Well, Tag Team Wrestling wasn't at best then, was it really? But yeah, well, I don't think it's quite as good as WrestleMania 18 was, 17 was, we were looking at earlier on. So, of course, in this one, real life, Eddie Guerrero defeated Kurt Angle to retain his championship. Will he be able to recreate that in this game, or will Kurt Angle be able to change history? I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys are as well. I have to do this just to keep myself occupied and for the excitement that is going to be tonight's show. I'm so hyped. Of course, NXT was incredible as always, and I think WrestleMania on paper this year has the potential to be the best one in a very, very long time. So I'm just hoping that they actually give us what we want. I'm hoping that we get the great match between AJ and Nakamura. I'm hoping that we get some other great matches. I'm hoping that we get everything we want, but I think the only one on there that doesn't really interest me is really just Lesnar versus Reigns, to be honest. I'll watch it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not overly interested, especially now that we know that it's Lesnar's last match. And if Lesnar's last match before was anything to go by, which was that's one against Goldberg at WrestleMania 20, then we are expecting something absolutely diabolical. I wouldn't surprise me if Reigns just destroys Lesnar, you know. But I don't know. Well, I suppose things haven't changed, and Lesnar's been doing okay recently. Things haven't changed. The only thing that has changed is that Dana White has confirmed that Lesnar will be back within WWE. So things haven't changed too much, I suppose. But yeah, whatever. So there we go. Eddie Guerrero holds his championship up high. Will he be doing that in about 10-15 minutes time at the end of this match? Or will he be a broken man on the ground while Kurt Angle holds the belt up high? Still look at this guy. That's some interesting matches. Cruiserweight Open Classic. No, Cruiserweight Open. Chavo Guerrero versus Akio versus Kidman versus Funaki versus Jamie Noble versus Nunzio versus Rey Mysterio versus Shadow Moore versus Tajiri versus the Ultimo Dragon. Cruiserweight Wrestling was really good then, wasn't it? When we had Tajiri and Ultimo Dragon and people like that, that was incredible, wasn't it? As Guerrero here going back to his Lucha Libre roots there with that arm drag. So, of course, don't forget, like I said, we've got 12 of these matches for you today. We're going to get through them all, I promise. One on the hour, every hour, leading up to WrestleMania. Well, leading up to the WrestleMania pre-show, anyway. Oh, I don't know, actually. Depends how early I get out of bed, I suppose, to get these on time. Angle, big knee across the gut of Eddie Guerrero. Now bringing Eddie back up to his feet. Eddie fighting back with a jawbreaker on Angle. Angle now with that reverse DDT on Eddie. Before now wrenching the neck of Angle bringing Guerrero back up to his feet, but Guerrero taking him down. Big uppercut by Eddie. But Angle back in control once again, as he always is. Oh, there's that big high angle German suplex. As Angle now brings Eddie back up, but Eddie taking him down. Eddie pretty good at just turning this round every time. Every time that Angle thinks he's got control. Wow. It's a bit OTT, wasn't it, really? As Guerrero twisting the head of Angle. And Guerrero is in control at this point in time and starting to try and tie the body of Angle up, which is a good idea. Of course, Angle does have a lot of damage he can cause, especially submission-wise. So by weakening the body parts, weakening the arms, weakening the legs, it's going to reduce the amount of damage that Angle can put onto you in the future, I suppose. So Eddie doing a good job there. Taking Angle into the first suplex. Rolls his hips, keeps his grip into the second. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip in for the trifecta of suplexes. The Three Amigos. Into the pin goes Eddie Guerrero. 1, 2. Wow, that was bloody close, that were. That was really close. Eddie bringing Kurt back up to his feet and folds him in half. As Eddie now heading up top. Does he have a frog splash on the go? He does. Wow. 1, 2. Oh, an Angle kicked out. Wow, that was a potentially a very short match there for a second. Angle fighting back there with the boot in the gut, now wrenching back at the neck of Eddie Guerrero. Guerrero, though, taking control once again, draping Angle against the rope, and Angle trying to just jump Eddie over the top, but Eddie held on, only to get a right hand in the face. Guerrero sending Eddie back into the ring. Guerrero knowing that, what am I on about? Angle sending Eddie back into the ring. Angle knowing that Eddie does have the champion's advantage here. We've seen the Three Amigos. And now Angle looking to get free of his own. There's the first German. Into the second German. Looking for the trifecta. There it is. Angle's doing well to turn this one back round after that big frog splash. Angle's doing very, very well for himself. As he goes down to a bit of mat wrestling now. Of course, Kurt Angle is an Olympic gold medalist. Knows that very, very well. Angle taking Guerrero up into a powerbomb. Where'd that come from? As Angle catching the leg. Oh, nice T-bone suplex in for the pin. 1. Wow, only a 1 count. Eddie not staying down at all. Sending a message there to Angle, sending him he's got a lot more work to do. Angle bringing Eddie back up, but Eddie fighting back with a shoulder block. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. Eddie fighting back with the boots in the back of Angle, now heading up to that middle rope, and Angle slowly getting back up to his feet, but Eddie stalks. Oh, went for the Hurricanrana, but Angle caught him. And he's going to drop him here neck first across that top rope. And now locks in the ankle lock, middle of the ring. And grapevines the leg as well. Is Eddie going to tap? Will Angle change the course of history? He does. Eddie Guerrero taps out and Kurt Angle changes the course of history. Of course, like I said in this one, in real life, Eddie Guerrero did retain his championship at WrestleMania 20, but Kurt Angle tonight had completely different ideas. After surviving the big frog splash, Angle was able to turn the match around and get to a point where he was able to lock in the ankle lock. Dead center of the ring grapevine the legs. At that point in time, Guerrero's got nowhere to go. Guerrero has to tap or risk a career-ending injury with that ankle. That could be terrible. But that was a frog splash earlier on. That's where we thought that Eddie might have won it in what would have been a very, very short match. But Angle had other ideas. There's the German suplex that led up to the ankle lock, which we're not going to see because the game decides, you know, we don't want to see the replay of the winning maneuver, do we? As Angle grabs a hold of the WWF champion, or WWE Championship in this era, and changes the course of history. So there we go, guys. That's another match down. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. And, of course, click the little bell if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of the videos. We'll be back in another hour's time for another big match in the history of WrestleMania. I've been Shadow Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
The one, two,